Okay, what's up? Continuing to backtest every single day until I'm profitable. Let's go. Um, so I'm just pick some random session. With this session, I have AUD GBP and Euro, and 57% up for the backtesting session. I've been backtesting like I don't know how long. First trade is that January 2023. We're now April 2024. So there has been a couple of periods when I have skipped a lot of time, but whatsoever, that's decent profits. So I basically just look in all of these pairs and then just execute on the setups that seem to be the best ones. So let's go. Let's do this. What's the higher time frame? I don't know. Let's just go to London session first. So AUD I only execute during New York session mainly because it doesn't tend to move too well in London. But GU, EU, you can trade in London and New York both. That's perfectly fine. So let's look and take a look at EU first. So big leg down, we got the equilibrium like so. Daily fair value gap, we are in it right now. Short term trending to the upside, so let's see what's going on with this. We haven't tagged into this for our order block yet, and even if that's not something price would reject away from, there is a chance that market wants to refer back to that point and then maybe do a move down or continue higher. But that's a reason why these kind of levels could be profitable to see as a liquidity. So for example, here you could go long and target that level, that order block. If you're sure the market should continue higher. Now I'm not fully sure as of now what we're doing because it's kind of chopping, but definitely short term going higher right now. I'm pulling back to this monthly gap. So when it comes to London session, I guess you could try to get long, but I would want to see price into this area first. Let's look at GEO. Similar stuff with GEO, so let's just look at EU. Okay, we are down. No shift in price. And I do understand the price could just drop, but I'm not seeing as of now too like great signs of like a bearish order flow, so I'm still trusting kind of the long bias in terms of what's happening in here. That's a bullish fair value gap. Let's see what we're doing inside of this. If you give me like a clean structural break, this is the majority of volume that London can offer, and we are done for the session, I think so. Geo is kind of shifting here, but I don't know. I would skip to New York and see what price is willing to do here. So we liquidated that low. We got a lot of buy side liquidity, I'm not gonna lie. And GEO actually has this as a nice target, whereas does EU have something like this? No, so that's quite nice when it comes to GEO. So I might just catch a trade in GEO, at least trying to do so. Mark that as a buy side target. It's kind of choppy structure here, but let's see what we can have. Is that a break structure? I would say so. You could even target all the way there, but that would be the break-even point at these market conditions. Okay, that was a bad one. Maybe this is like a little bit choppy here, and that's the reason why we lost here. You see what New York date? Nothing really. This is so annoying when you hit the target without me being able to take a part of it, especially when I lose in the session when I'm trying to catch the move. You know what I'm saying? No can do. Let's move on. I'm not sure again where we're moving. Like, seems like we're going up here. And we created like a doji here, and so you could expect us to revisit this gap after that kind of doji. But clearly, when we are continuing to push up, it might just leave it. Market could just leave it, especially when we flipped this, and this is now inversion, which would drive market towards the next gap up here. So I would be long in this still. Because Asia kind of traded higher, I'm not necessarily expecting market to liquidate Asia here, but obviously I do understand that it's Thursday. This could be high of the week, and this is the fair value gap high. So we need to be cautious with the possible expansion move. Geo also tapped into that, so we could have a retracement down in Geo. So let's see what we can have. Nothing here. I don't like the structure. Okay, so this is a breaker structure. Not really. I don't really mind. I don't really care about this. I don't like these things. This could be SMT. But price action is kind of bad here. Just saying it. A New York session open. That's the thing. Let's look at the AU then. Okay, we are respecting this order block here with the previous day candles, so I'm not sure if we are still willing to disrespect that, if you know what I'm saying. That's what I'm kind of conscious about right now with AU, so I'm not sure if this is like a good point to go long at. EU had the clearest target, but I don't know. This might look a little bit like we could liquidate some of these lows and maybe come back down a little bit. This is kind of choppy as well, so what I would note here is this for our gap before possible longs again. So okay, that was clearly some type of CPI move. Clearly we are willing to push lower now. This good long I would be willing to take a long here because I mean let's reevaluate this a little bit. So we're rejecting. I don't like this what we did here, and I don't have access to DXY right now, so I don't know if that's SMT, which is actually annoying for our. I don't know, that's not SMT. But anyhow. This seems like an SMT, you know, we came so close to that, so. And we came close to that, so I would take 0.5% buy limit there. That's just the case in which we are in, so that's kind of late entry. Market is clearly showing willingness to stay stagnant, so that's not good. But now we're moving higher, so I'll just hold this. I don't really know. At this point we would be break even. This is probably more likely to hit break even than target, to be honest, because we're kind of consolidating like this. But let's hope that Asia kind of, this dickhead, man, okay. I don't know what to say. This is clearly going to hit that. There you go. Price is not showing. I don't know what's happening here. We're kind of consolidating. But now we've liquidated that low. We took the after rally gap, so I'm definitely bullish with this. Which means that we are in a good place to take longs, especially if we would liquidate that low. That's not necessarily required, mainly because market certainly looks a little bit bullish, but this price action is bad. There's no break structure to the upside, so okay. Now I'm not sure if this is willing to give us the entry, so I would take a market buy just from that break structure. This seems like a bullish. Okay, we're clearly hitting my stop. That was bad. Look, man, it's kind of hard to take trades in these kind of conditions when you have a multiple days in a row, this kind of small range. So, and we are not willing to go to the targets. For example, this gap that I'm targeting. So, what can I do, man? Market is chopping me up. We're still holding this, so my bias kind of doesn't change, but maybe need to stay a little bit more cautious about all of this. It's probably willing to run now then. This looks a bullish to me. Yeah. Yeah. So I would manage my position up here. Let's take like actually this looks quite bullish. I don't know why this would come all the way down here, so I'm gonna just play this out a little bit. Well, yeah, you can see how greed comes into the play. I should have moved break even at least there. Especially in this kind of choppy environment. What can I say, man? That fucked me over. Maybe market is not willing to go there. Geo is falling down. So now we're this is a little bit odd price action. Like price doesn't usually move like this straightforward without any retracement. So I don't really know what to do here. Not gonna lie. Let's look at AU. AU is choppy as well. I'm gonna skip to London. This shit. Shit action, man. So now we are kind of going higher, yeah. Well, definitely if you're going high, we need to liquidate the low. Which I hope that we would have a... I mean, I don't know what I hope here. I'm gonna just go to the New York session. Look at these candles. Like this tells you that we're in low probability conditions. The close here, open here, we trade back down and we close it at the exact same price point and just are not willing to do anything progressive here. This shit. In other words. Let's see if this is an order block price would like to. I mean, that's kind of irrelevant though, to be honest. Irrelevant. We're not respecting any of these. This bitch ass dickhead. So when it comes to EU, liquidated though the low. Like market is chopping me up real time, but I'm still staying true to my strategy, which means that was a breaker structure. Okay, if this dickhead moves higher now that it chopped me, I'm doing something bad. Fucking hell, man. Oh, it's the conditions, I believe. So, like, I believe in my strategy. We don't liquidate that low. I'm not going long. Okay, this is clearly a price action you don't want to trade, especially with that massive NFP candle next week. So AUD is driving higher, even with that buy side sweep, clearly. GU just swept this. I would expect lower prices because of that. With EU kind of similar shit. So maybe AU is moving lower as well. But just like looking at this range, give me the equilibrium and let's see then what happens. Oh, this shit's action, man. You know, the problem is that I know that we're going to reverse here, but I don't know how to get in because this action is so shit. Like, should I just try to force an entry from like, I don't know, from this fair value gap, try to short? Like, I guess this is a breaker structure to the downside, but that's just shit, isn't it? And then we move in the afternoon session in Asia, and that's just not how I like to trade. Maybe I need to refine my strategy a little bit. I think this feels quite clear point to go further low, but we took that fair value gap, so that's not too nice thought either. Well, let's just try something here. So I guess that's the low of the 4-hour candle. Let's mark that out. I don't know why it doesn't show. This page doesn't. There you go, hours. So I guess this is like a. Okay, if it gives me like a nice bearish candle, I mean. There you go. Like even this like choppy action, like what is this? What the fuck is this? And now it's probably just liquidating these highs and then moving lower anyway. I mean, it's not really doing anything. Let's look at AU a little bit. So, I don't know. Doesn't look good. We're clearly getting lower here, so first of all, need to look at the range here. We are nowhere near. I mean, we haven't even done a retracement, so if London gives chance to get in to a retracement, I will try that out towards the premium of the price leg, which is in this case here. By limit as well, so I'll do 2 of these. Well, the case in here is that market is clearly not willing to move higher, but there is this gap which seems quite easy target, so I'm just going to hold because I think Asia will move there. Okay, we won, and now this bitch dickhead. Okay, we still didn't take that for rally gap, but we swept out of the sell side, so I'm going to break even there, and they're just not willing to give me. Okay, there you go. At least one trade hit my TP. In my opinion, that was a good trade. It was kind of like a free trade because I knew it was going to go up here, and that was only 1 R, so I'm willing to hold the whole trade to 2 R here. But the market's just moving bad. So clearly we rejected down here moving higher, so clearly we are moving higher. Swept that low, so the target would be up here. So which means that I'm probably not going to get in because of the structure here. Okay, well, I was looking at if the M15 would flip this gap, and then I skipped that, but the candle closed here, so I don't know what to do about that. This is not giving us trade. Just seeks all of that liquidity and then moves hard to the downside. This is like a seek and destroy pattern right now. Like, can consolidate this, take both sides, takes both sides again, takes both sides again, and kind of everyone kind of loses if they didn't know. I don't like that. I think we should drop there. Not gonna lie. Obviously we don't have to do anything. Market doesn't want to do. Clearly market just wants to leave the fair value gap alone, so kind of failing to get any setups right now, which is annoying. So I might have to do something about this. Like, for example, here, maybe I could have got long from that fair value gap towards that high if I was able to see the overall direction of the market. Let's just go to next London. So for example, here, is this the same gap? Is this a breakaway gap now? Because market is clearly respecting this gap, so the gap to the downside could be a breakaway gap, which just means that market doesn't want to go there. So if we get like a breakout structure to the upside, I might just get long, but obviously we are willing to go there. Let's see what's going on. Doesn't flip. Okay, market flips a regap here. So I would try to catch. I'm trying this new little bit different entry model where I just take the inversion, because this looks like it would leave without me. And then that was, yeah, that's fairly okay to utilize that kind of model. We move nicely. Okay, man. Well, I would take that as a winner, because the only reason why we lost here is because that dickhead candle, which I didn't always know that's going to happen, because that's like some CPI candle or some shit. So what can I do? Let's go London. I don't know where we're going. We're just breaking like some of the highs, but are we really just pushing above here immediately? Like, I guess I'm not sure, because we got that gap, so I don't really like the idea of longs either. Let's say that for our we took that high now. So I would be willing to take shorts if market is to offer that. Okay, market wants to move higher, so with EU it's kind of different. We tapped that gap. I don't know. Oh, New York news event again, which is super annoying because I don't like these news candles. Took some of that liquidity up. Okay, we have relative equalize and we haven't taken them in GBP, which I would want us to liquidate that low and then move higher. So let's see what this can do. Look, if price offers very good risk reward after a break, like this kind of breaker structure, I think it's totally fine to take market execution, because sometimes it doesn't come back to the fair value gap that you're trying to get the entry in, you know what I'm saying? So, for example, in this instance, you get almost 3 hours the worst that high, so it's totally fine to take the trade as it comes with the breaker structure like that. Now we got a massive wick. We don't got any fair value gap down. We are reacting away from this order block. So this, in my opinion, looks quite good. It doesn't mean that it will work, but I'm only backtesting here, so I will try this. Oh my god, this dickhead. So again, not willing to move. We are probably shifting again here. And then I will miss the move again. Look, like I'm trying to get in, but for example, this one I didn't trust that well because M50 we only wicked like that, and then this is like a chopping to the upside, and then it just all of a sudden it just launches to the upside, and like I guess I'm just finding it hard to kind of trust that kind of structure, and then now that kind of works. Okay, it just took a while and then we launched. But realistically, what should I have done here? Well, the M50 structure kind of doesn't flip in here, but we flipped that gap, so that could be enough as a breaker structure change in state of delivery. We violate that bearish gap, so that could be something. And M5 was doing this as well, so yeah. I think we're getting better, but yeah, having some problems with this though.